In this podcast episode, Gary Brecka welcomes Courtney Swan, an advocate for nutrition and public health. The conversation delves into the complexities of the modern food supply, the pervasive influence of processed foods, and the urgent need for a shift towards real, whole foods. Courtney shares her personal journey from a conventional upbringing to becoming a leading voice in the health and nutrition space, emphasizing the importance of understanding what we consume. Courtney begins by discussing the irony of her past experiences with so-called healthy foods, such as slim fast bars, which she believed would help her lose weight and improve her health. She highlights a critical point. Much of the food available in the United States is not designed with health in mind, but rather for profit. This profit-driven approach has led to a food supply that is often devoid of nutritional value, contributing to a public health crisis characterized by chronic diseases and obesity. The conversation touches on the normalization of poor health, where many individuals accept feeling subpar as a natural part of aging. Courtney argues that just because a significant portion of the population experiences these issues does not mean they are acceptable or inevitable. She emphasizes that individuals can take control of their health and well-being by making informed dietary choices. A central theme of the discussion is the necessity of returning to real food. Courtney asserts that the foundation of good nutrition lies in consuming whole, unprocessed foods. She expresses concern over the alarming statistic that 60% of the average American's diet consists of ultra-processed foods, which are laden with additives, preservatives, and unhealthy ingredients. These foods not only fail to nourish the body, but can also contribute to various health issues. Courtney's advocacy for real food is rooted in her belief that the majority of the food on grocery store shelves is not only unhealthy, but also harmful. She urges listeners to prioritize whole foods and to be mindful of the ingredients in the products they consume. The conversation highlights the importance of education and awareness in making healthier choices, particularly for families and children. As the discussion progresses, Courtney introduces the concept of regenerative farming as a solution to the current food crisis. She explains that regenerative agriculture focuses on restoring soil health and biodiversity, which in turn leads to more nutritious food. This approach contrasts sharply with conventional farming practices that rely heavily on chemical inputs, such as glyphosate, which have been linked to various health issues, including cancer. Courtney emphasizes that the industrialization of agriculture has led to a depletion of nutrients in our food supply. She cites studies showing that organic farming can yield comparable, if not greater, results than conventional methods while promoting environmental sustainability. The conversation underscores the need for a shift in public policy to support regenerative practices and to move away from harmful agricultural chemicals. A significant portion of the podcast is dedicated to discussing glyphosate, a widely used herbicide that has come under scrutiny for its potential health risks. Courtney explains that glyphosate is not only present in conventional crops, but also in the food supply, affecting even those who strive to eat organic. She shares alarming statistics about glyphosate's prevalence in the human body, including its detection in urine and breast milk. The conversation highlights the insidious nature of glyphosate and its classification as a probable human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Courtney expresses concern over the ongoing efforts by companies like Bayer, which acquired Monsanto, to gain immunity from lawsuits related to glyphosate exposure. This potential legislation poses a significant threat to public health, as it could prevent individuals from seeking justice for health issues linked to glyphosate. Throughout the episode, Courtney emphasizes the power of consumer choice in driving change within the food industry. She encourages listeners to be proactive in their dietary decisions, advocating for a shift towards local, organic, and regenerative food sources. By supporting farmers who prioritize sustainable practices, consumers can contribute to a healthier food system. Courtney also discusses the importance of education and awareness in making informed choices. She suggests that individuals take the time to read ingredient labels and understand what they are consuming. By doing so, they can identify harmful additives and make better choices for their health and well-being. As the podcast concludes, Courtney expresses hope for a future where real food becomes the norm rather than the exception. She envisions a world where individuals are empowered to take charge of their health through informed dietary choices and where public policy supports sustainable agricultural practices. The conversation serves as a rallying cry for listeners to become advocates for their health and the health of future generations.